Welcome to my little channel called The Sword Rules. I've got a very bright light on over here. I should have put my sunglasses on. Today we're going to be working on this old 1998 Jeep Cherokee XJ that we affectionately named the Toaster. And if you watched my previous video, you know kind of the backstory on this. I did a ton of work on this thing, never filmed it. I only took pictures of it. This was years ago. But yeah, but what we have to work on today is a very typical problem of this generation of Cherokees. I'm not exactly sure of the year span. I'm thinking probably like 97 to 2002, something like that. They got some plugs back here where the gauges plug in. It's a whole gauge set that can develop a bad connection, or they get loose or whatever. We're going to go inside there and find out what's going on, because just like the other thousands of Jeeps that do this, you're driving down the road and you'll hit a bump, and all of a sudden the speedometer and the tach goes dead and the airbag light comes on, and sometimes other combinations, but usually it's just that. And then as we're driving along, I'll just bam, I'll give it a big smack on the dash right here, and yeah, it comes back on for a random time period. Till I either hit a bump bad enough again, or till it feels like doing it. Sometimes I'll come out to start it and it'll be a cold morning. It'll give me problems. Sometimes it'll be sitting outside all day in the sun and the dash gets hot, and I'll start it up and then it gives me a problem. I gotta smack it. It's so random. But anyway, it's not too big of a job to pull this out. So I'm gonna just let the camera run, and I'm gonna pull stuff off, because there are a ton of videos out there already that go through this process, and it's not very difficult to do, and it's kind of a waste of video time to show you. But to talk you through it, this dash panel right here, you put this down in low, and you can pop this dash panel out. This whole thing comes out, and then that gives you access to a couple of screws that you need to take out to get the rest of this dash panel out, and it kind of pulls out this way, and then you kind of slip it out. This dash also pops up. So I think that's what I remember happening here on this one. So I've had this dash out before. Obviously I installed the stereo, and I got a little microphone here, so I got to be aware of that wire, where that is, and see what I can do about it. But we're just going to go at it. We're going to collect the tools as we go, and I'll kind of let you know what size tools I'm using, that kind of thing. This dash panel, this gauge cluster comes out super easy. It's got 4 screws on it. You pop it out. The plugs are static inside there, mounted on a metal brace. So as you plug it or unplug it, it just has to fit into those plugs. There's no wrong or right way of doing it. So, all right, let's get at it. That one comes off, and then these two. All right. I was thinking ahead. All right, that's taken care of. Helper Josie has decided to join the party. It's now warm enough out here for her, I think. Yeah. kind of tricky. I know I heard a clip drop. I think I'm missing that one off of there, so I'm gonna have to go searching for that one. It definitely came off. Try and keep that out of your way, dog. Don't want to encroach on your perch there. Well, I didn't find my little piece yet. Got it. Have I told you lately how much I love my Milwaukee tools? Not a paid promotion. Although, I wish. Milwaukee sponsorship, oh my God. 4 more screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. You getting restless over there, Josie Posey? Did you look at the camera and say hi? Look at this, right up here, see? See? Right up here. Say hi. Weirdo. She's a weirdo. But she's a dang good helper, aren't you? You are a dang good helper. Days like today. We don't really have anything else to do today, do we? It's kind of cold. We already picked up the leaves today. Yeah. We had breakfast. We're just ready to go. All right. Here's where we're going to pull this thing out. It's supposed to just pop out. There it is. All I did was reach behind it and kind of push forward on it with my fingers just to give it a little help. Here's your 2 plugs right here. I'm seeing something right away that tells me that someone else has been in here already. And because one of the fixes is to clean these, you gotta take a look at these pins back here. Here's the 2 sockets. Again, go into those 2 plugs. And it looks like someone's been in here already and cleaned things up a bit. There is dielectric grease on this driver's side one, and there is no dielectric grease on the passenger side. And here's the thing. If I'm hitting it on this side of the dash, it's likely this plug that's the problem. And the technical service bulletin for this has shown that this is the plug that needs to be worked on. The other thing that read on forums and saw on YouTube presentations is that you take small needle nose pliers and you give each one of these just a little bit of a twist so that when they go into that plug, there's a better chance of them making contact inside there. I don't know. I'm just repeating what I've seen on the internet. The other thing we're going to do while we're in here is check any grounds that I can see, make sure we're still getting good contact on the grounds. And also, you can see there are 5 dash lights here. They're covered in brown. And I have some new LED bulbs that I'm going to put in there. I'm going to be doing that over on the workbench, so I will move over there in a little bit and we'll replace those. I bought some blue LED lights to put in there. Might look kind of cool, seeing as I got a blue XJ. Here's what we're going to do. The forums, YouTubers, they say give these little prongs, just give them just tweak them a little bit. I'm going to be very cautious though, because all this plastic, it's 26 years old. It's got to be a little on the brittle side. Let's just see how this is going to go. Oh boy, it don't take much to give that a little twist. So yeah, I'm just barely touching them. And they're all getting a little bit of a turn to them. Barely turning on them. I really don't want to do any more than that right there. Maybe a little bit hard to tell on camera probably, but I just gave them that little bit of a twist. The other thing I want to do while I'm in here is I've got these 5 dash lights, the brown holders. Give them a little quarter turn to the left, they pop out. Let's see what kind of lights we have in here. Oh, somebody's got blue caps on there. I've seen these before, which is supposed to give a blue light to the dash. I didn't really notice it was blue before. But are these LED or are they incandescent? See if we can pull one out. These look like they are incandescent just by the connector on them. I'm going to see if I can get one of these blue tubes off of here and take a look. They've been on there for a while because they're on there good. That's kind of sticking to it. Yeah, these are incandescent bulbs. So it's kind of a good thing that I'm in here changing them out. Put some LEDs in there. I'll show you what I got from the Zing Zong company on Amazon. WLJH 10-pack blue CAN bus, blue luster LEDs replacement, made you know where. Let's take a look at one. Oh, look at that, they even give you new holders. So here's a bulb. This is the connector side. And there's your little blue LED. Evidently, can't tell from looking at it, but let's throw it in there and see what it looks like. Seat that down in there, and then put that in there. All right, 4 more to go. The nice thing is, if this doesn't work out, we can always go back and change it back out, right? Let's pop her in, see what happens. that simple. And when we turn the key on, yeah, the airbag light went out, which means the tach is working. It's showing that my lift gate is open. And yeah, we can do a double check by holding in the trip reset button and turning the power on. Then the gauges will cycle and it runs through a self-test. I'll try that once. Hold this in, turn the key on, there it goes. It runs through all the odometer numbers, gauges move around, double checks everything. Looks good. Put it in park, start it though. All right, let's put this dash back together. I guess I don't have to show you that since it's the reverse of what I took apart, so we'll shut the camera off and finish this video up. When I've got it all back together, I'll darken the garage and then we'll take a look at how those LEDs look back there. Can't really tell right now because it's kind of bright in here. Camera lights and all. All right, we'll get that done and then we'll come back and finish her up. All right, let's start the end of this video. I cannot recommend these WLJH LED, blue LED dash lights. Evidently that stands for Wow LED just here. You know, some of those Chinese made products have some weird names. I ran into a lot of trouble with them. The old lights, the old dash lights, these are not, they don't have a polarity to them. It doesn't matter whether they're, which way you put them in the socket. I found out through some trials and tribulation that these LED lights, these do have a polarity, but there's no polarity marked on them. There's no plus or minus on them. There is a difference to the side. In one side says R2 and the other side just says 2, or maybe it's a Z. It's a Z. It doesn't mean anything to me. So I hooked myself up a little tester here using a 9-volt battery and some alligator clips, and that's how I tested these. I would switch the polarity of the battery, and I found that they only worked one way. And that's after installing them all in the cluster and then putting them in and seeing that some of them weren't working, and I probably had the cluster in and out 10 times. So anyway, I figured out first of all that there was polarity, and then I still had one that would not work, and I pulled it out and took a look at it, and I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this or not, but I doubt whether you're going to be able to see that, but there should be 4 prongs inside of there, and if you can see that in there, there are only 3 showing, and that's because pushing the LED down into that socket folds one of those over and pushes it to the bottom. And that's why that one wouldn't light up, and it took me a long time to figure that out. The bulb itself was good, but putting it in the socket was not. I also tried putting these LED bulbs into the stock sockets, and they don't line up with the prongs in the old sockets, so you can't use those as a backup plan. So I grabbed another one. Here's a good one, and this one has all 4 sockets inside of there. And I started to push one down in there, and it felt kind of funny now that I was looking for that problem. So I pulled it back out, and sure enough, it had started to fold one of the prongs over. So I pried that prong back up with a screwdriver and got it to go in there. I checked the polarity, which way the bulb was facing on all the other sockets, made that one match. Then I put it back in the dash, and all of them were lit up. Wow, that took a long time. So next I'm going to show you what those LEDs look like on the dash inside there. We'll turn off the garage lights over here, or I can just tell, hey Alexa, turn off garage.
Okay.
There we go, got the garage lights shut off, and they do light up a nice blue. I'll give them that. We'll see how long they last given the quality of the sockets. I'm going to close the door so the beeping isn't so loud. And there. I'll lift the steering wheel up a little bit. Not too far. Yeah, that's a nice blue. Nice deep blue, much deeper than it was last time with the old stock incandescent bulbs. I like that. And then turning the key on, we'll give her a start. Oh, I gotta put it in park. Still have it down for the install of the dash. £40 of oil pressure. I know everything's working because the tachometer would quit along with the speedo, but I'm going to take it for a drive anyway and go hit some big bumps and see what happens. I'm smacking this thing as hard as I can now, and it keeps working, so that's a great sign. Yeah, I'm going to go take it for a spin, make sure everything works good. We're back here in the garage with toaster. Test drive went great. Dash stayed working the whole time. Dash lights stayed working the whole time. So that was a successful repair, and I'm happy about that. I said I was going to let you know what tools you're going to need for that. All you really need is a Phillips head screwdriver. All the screws to take things out of there was Phillips head. I ended up using pliers and stuff because I was changing light bulbs out, but just to pull that gauge cluster out, Phillips head screwdriver. All right, we're going to wrap it up here then. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up. And as I always say, subscribe if you want. I don't really care. Other than that, have a great rest of your day.